people home. I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G Unit. Fat Joe's man. Pussy boy.
The internet didn't just shake today, it detonated like someone strapped TNT to a trending hashtag. Because 50 Cent just dropped bombs on Fat Joe so explosive they made old rap beefs look like innocent playground arguments. This wasn't a light jab. This wasn't petty shade. This was 50 Cent waking up, choosing violence, logging onto social media, and airing out allegations so wild even TMZ had to stop scrolling and whisper, "Wait, WHAD?" Fans didn't ease into the drama, they were catapulted straight into chaos like they got hit by a viral hurricane. The moment 50 spoke, the whole entertainment world froze like a buffering livestream. Nobody blinks when 50 trolls. Nobody flinches when he jokes. But when he calls someone out with that cold, calculated tone, oh, it means he's loading the receipts, cocking the drama shotgun, and aiming directly at your reputation. Fat Joe never stood a chance. As soon as 50 pressed post, social media flipped upside down like a WWE body slam. Fans screamed, blogs sprinted, and the meme makers clocked in for overtime. And today, we're diving into every scorching allegation, every shocking twist, every celebrity reaction, and the exact moment the internet exploded into pure chaos. Buckle up because this scandal hits harder than 50's entire discography. It all started like every historic 50 Cent explosion does, with one post, one jab, one casually delivered verbal grenade that instantly had the internet questioning whether they should grab popcorn or fire extinguishers. 50 didn't ease his way and he dropped allegations on Fat Joe with the confidence of a man who has destroyed entire careers before lunchtime. And as always, he didn't raise his voice. He didn't scream. He didn't rant. He simply typed out a message with that signature "I know something you don't know" smirk. And boom, the timeline fell apart like a cheap wig in humidity, according to 50. Fat Joe wasn't just hiding drama, he was allegedly tangled up in some behind-the-scenes mess that would make reality TV villains gasp. It wasn't spelled out clearly, but that was the sinister brilliance of it. 50 Cent loves vague allegations the way Cracker Barrel loves old rocking chairs. He gives you just enough information to ruin someone's peace but not enough to get sued. That's why people take his hints more seriously than DNA test results on Zeus Network. When 50 implies something, the whole industry trembles. And this time, Fat Joe's name was front and center in the disaster. The first reaction online was pure shock. Not surprise, shock. People typed "No way. WHAT did Joe do?" And 50 never lies about drama. So fast that Twitter had to wipe its forehead and whisper, "Y'all okay?" Fans immediately assumed the worst. Some said Joe was being exposed for shady business. Others said 50 was hinting at an old betrayal finally leaking to the surface. The theories were so wild they made true crime podcasts look like bedtime stories. And the best part? None of it came from evidence, just vibes, chaos, and 50 Cent's ability to make everyone believe the sky is falling. As the allegations spread, old clips resurfaced where 50 hinted that some rappers weren't as real as they claimed. Fans slowed down those interviews like they were analyzing UFO footage. They pointed out eyebrow movements, voice drops, and micro expressions like they were FBI agents on their day off. Any moment Fat Joe looked uncomfortable? See? 50 been telling us. Anytime Joe laughed too hard, guilt laughter. The internet doesn't wait for context, it manufactures evidence like a scandal factory. And right now, Fat Joe was their newest product. Then came the background checks. People dug up old interviews, magazine articles, and random comments from 15 years ago. They connected dots so aggressively they probably created entirely new constellations. Someone even pulled up the old 50 vs. Fat Joe beef from the early 2000s like it was season 1 of a show getting rebooted. Fans posted, "He been wanted to expose Joe," as if 50 had spent 2 decades quietly sharpening a sword labeled revenge. This wasn't investigative journalism, it was chaos cosplay. But it was engaging chaos, the kind that makes people skip work just to refresh the timeline. The plot thickened when 50 hinted that Fat Joe was involved in shady circles. He didn't clarify what circles. He didn't name names. But vague words like circle, backdoor, and funny behavior were enough to ignite the rumor volcano. Fans claimed it was Hollywood beef. Others swore it was financial drama. Conspiracy theorists who always work overtime said Joe had connections to some industry people nobody wants to mention out loud. And because the entertainment world thrives on unspoken secrets, the allegations felt too real to ignore. Fat Joe tried to act unbothered. But people immediately zoomed in on his energy like they were inspecting a gemstone for flaws. He posted a selfie, just a normal selfie. No caption, no expression. But because 50 has powerful psychological influence, that selfie became evidence. Fans said, "Look how stressed he looks." Others said his eyes looked guilty. Someone even claimed his lighting was suspicious. Lighting. The internet will absolutely accuse you of felonies over bad lighting. Joe probably wanted to delete his whole existence at that point. Blogs jumped into the mess like hungry wolves. They published headlines such as 50 Cent hints Fat Joe involved in shady activity, trouble brewing between hip-hop legends, and what did Fat Joe do now? None of these blogs had information. None had receipts. None had confirmation. But the algorithm doesn't care about truth, it cares about engagement. And anytime 50 and Fat Joe are in the same sentence, engagement skyrockets like fireworks on New Year's Eve. Bloggers were practically sprinting to their keyboards with dollar signs in their eyes. And then the fans came with their favorite weapon, nostalgia mixed with delusion. People began rewriting history, saying they always knew something was off about Fat Joe. They cited old rap beef intelligence like they were war veterans recounting battles. Some claimed 50 had hinted at this years ago in lyrics nobody paid attention to. Others claimed Joe's demeanor always seemed too slick to trust. It didn't matter how far-fetched the claims were, the allegations were oxygen. And the internet was inhaling deeply. Meanwhile, 50 Cent continued doing what he does best, posting memes. Not explanations. Not context. Memes. The man weaponizes humor like a superpower. He posted a picture of himself eating popcorn, another of a confused man reading documents, a third of a detective board full of red string, and every meme added more fuel to the fire. His silence was loud. His jokes were deadly. His timing was surgical. And each post felt like another jab at Fat Joe's reputation. It was digital warfare with comedic timing so sharp it could slice through steel. As rumors swarmed, Fat Joe finally spoke up and instantly regretted it. Instead of addressing the allegations directly, he delivered a vague motivational speech about staying positive, being focused, and not letting negativity win. Fans were furious. They wanted answers, not inspirational quotes. They interpreted his positivity as deflection, his smiles as fear, and his calmness as calculated guilt. The man couldn't win. If he snapped, he'd look guilty. If he stayed calm, he'd look guilty. If he vanished, he'd look guilty. The only thing he could do was breathe, and even that looked suspicious online. The second 50 Cent's allegations reached peak virality, the celebrity circus rolled in like clowns spilling out of a tiny car. Rappers, influencers, failed reality stars, comedians, everybody who ever had a Wi-Fi connection suddenly felt qualified to comment. Snoop Dogg posted a meme laughing so hard you could practically hear the wheeze through the screen, and people treated it like a presidential statement. Meanwhile, the game hopped online with a cryptic "I been knew something wasn't right," which was ironic considering he never knows anything except how to start new beef. But the internet didn't care. They ate up every morsel of celebrity shade like it was gourmet tea. Then Charlemagne, the god, jumped on The Breakfast Club and addressed the drama in his favorite tone. Half sarcasm, half instigation, full chaos. He said, when 50 says something, there's usually something behind it, and that one sentence triggered an avalanche of assumptions. Fans posted it everywhere like it was written in the Bible. Podcasters clipped it instantly, some even slowing it down like Charlemagne was decoding an FBI file. That one statement resurrected old rivalries, fueled new debates, and elevated the scandal from petty rumor to mainstream gossip gold. But the real escalation came when DJ Academics, who lives for other people's mess, went live for 3 hours straight. breaking down every syllable 50 typed. He yelled, he screamed, he brought out charts and theories like a professor teaching the course Biology 101, the study of rap petty. His energy was so intense the camera shook. And even though half his theories were delusional, he said them with such confidence that people believed him. Some fans even called 50's allegations confirmed simply because academics looked excited. That's the power of influencer drama. Science facts are optional. Then Twitter erupted with memes so ruthless, so disrespectful, so chaotic that even the meme creators had to take a moment and say, "Yikes, people turned Fat Joe into a cartoon villain, a detective suspect, a WWE character, and even an Among Us imposter." One meme had Joe sweating next to a sign that said 50 knows everything. Another showed him hiding behind a tree like the infamous Kermit meme. Memes weren't just jokes, they were weapons, and they were slicing Joe's image into confetti. Even people who had no clue what the drama was about joined in because the memes were too good to resist, and then the conspiracy theories took over. Fans started digging through old interviews, claiming Joe had slipped up years ago and hinted at secrets. People created 12-minute TikToks analyzing his hand gestures, posture, eye contact, and breathing patterns. One fan said Joe blinks differently when he's lying, and somehow that got 2 million views. Others claimed he avoided saying certain words because they triggered guilt responses. By now, the internet wasn't reacting, it was diagnosing. They treated Fat Joe like a psychological experiment instead of a rapper. The chaos got so real that even comedians joined in. Michael Blackson posted a video pretending to call 50 Cent asking for the rest of the tea. Kevin Hart posted a GIF that had nothing to do with the drama but got interpreted as shade anyway. Fans were convinced Kevin was choosing sides because he liked a post that wasn't even related. This is how wild the internet gets. A celebrity can breathe online, and people will turn it into a statement. Meanwhile, Fat Joe tried to ignore the drama, posting normal content, fitness videos, food pics, motivational captions, and instantly got roasted for it. Fans flooded his comments saying, "Bro, we don't care about the salad. Respond to 50. And why you posting workouts while your reputation is in the ICU?" Even his innocent posts turned into battlegrounds. He could post his shoes, and people commented, "These shoes lying too." The internet had declared war, and Joe's comment section was the battlefield. But the twist that sent the scandal into orbit came when an old industry insider posted a vague message people been pretending for too long. Glad the truth is coming out. No names, no hashtags, no context. And yet everyone screamed, "He's talking about Fat Joe." The comment section demanded clarification. He refused. That refusal was enough. Now the narrative wasn't just 50 vs. Joe, it was the entire industry hinting at something bigger. The drama upgraded from allegation to conspiracy. Fans demanded proof. So the internet did what it always does. It manufactured its own. People stitched together unrelated clips of Joe standing near people with shady reputations and acted like it was a timeline of corruption. TikTok creators threw together dramatic music and slow zooms, saying things like, "The signs were always there." Interestingly, the signs weren't there. They were invented 5 minutes ago. But TikTok edits are persuasive. And once fans see a 3-part mini documentary full of stock footage and dramatic narration, they accept it as fact. Then there was 50 Cent's legendary next move. He posted a meme of Fat Joe as a cartoon character running away with a suspicious bag. No caption, just pure psychological warfare. The internet lost its mind. Fans reposted the meme 1,000 times. Blogs wrote entire articles analyzing it. People asked, is 50 hinting at money issues? Shady deals? Crime? It didn't matter what the meme meant, people believed it meant everything. And this is how 50 maintains his undefeated record in social media beef. He never says too much. He says just enough to let your imagination destroy you. The pressure grew so intense that Fat Joe finally addressed the scandal, but once again, he fumbled. He delivered a speech about loyalty, realness, and standing tall, but never mentioned 50 or the allegations directly. And that was a fatal mistake. Fans took his indirectness as confirmation. They said, if it wasn't true, He'd deny it. Others said the speech sounded like a guilty man giving a farewell monologue. The internet decided Joe was guilty of something, even though nobody actually knew what 50 was accusing him of. The lack of clarity made the scandal even juicier. As the dust from the chaos finally started to settle, barely the aftermath hit Fat Joe like a surprise bill collector calling at 7 a.m. His entire online presence transformed from rap legend posting motivational quotes to emotional suspect under digital interrogation. Every move he made, every post, every emoji, every blink was analyzed like he was testifying in court. The internet wasn't just watching him, it was studying him. And the worst part, he knew it. You could feel the tension in every sentence he typed. His captions got shorter, his tone got tighter, his smiles started looking more like grimaces. The allegations weren't confirmed, but the stress, oh, that was in for K. Meanwhile, 50 Cent acted like he had thrown a pebble into a lake and was now watching the ripples destroy villages. He continued living his best life, posting jokes, gym selfies, business promos, and the occasional cryptic meme that felt like psychological warfare. He didn't address Joe again directly, which is exactly why the scandal stayed alive. When 50 goes quiet after throwing a bomb, it means he's letting the internet do the cleanup. And the internet, being the bloodthirsty beast it is, was more than happy to keep dragging Fat Joe through digital mud. The public verdict was wild. Have the internet crowned 50 Cent the truth teller of hip-hop, claiming he only speaks facts, even when he's clearly trolling for entertainment. The other half didn't trust either of them, but admitted this drama was more entertaining than anything Netflix dropped in 2025. Comment sections were packed with people treating this like a murder mystery, trying to guess what Joe really did even though nobody knew what the allegations actually were. That's the magic of vague accusations. People fill in the blanks with their own imagination and accidentally create scandals bigger than reality. Joe's brand took the hardest hit. He tried posting his usual positivity speeches, motivational quotes, inspirational captions, all that wholesome stuff, but the internet wasn't buying it. People commented things like, "Motivation won't save you," and "Fix the allegations before you fix your mindset." Even his famous "Yesterday's price is not today's price" line started getting twisted into memes like, "Yesterday's alibi is not today's alibi." It was brutal. And because Joe didn't clap back with the aggression fans expected, he looked weaker by the minute. Silence works for 50 Cent, not for Fat Joe. Behind the scenes, industry insiders claimed Joe was scrambling to figure out how to respond without making things worse. Some said he considered going live to clear his name. Others claimed his team begged him to ignore it. A few even whispered that Joe was furious at people around him for fueling the rumors. But because none of this was confirmed, fans treated it all like inside information. Every rumor became fact, every whisper became truth, and every delay in Joe's response became another sign of guilt. His reputation didn't just get shaky, it turned into quicksand. The emotional fallout was just as messy. Joe started avoiding major social media topics. His posts felt forced. His lives were shorter. He seemed uncomfortable, like he wasn't sure what his audience wanted anymore: music, memes, or explanations. And whenever he dropped music content, trolls flooded the comments saying, "We're not here for bars, we're here for answers." He couldn't win. His artistry became irrelevant under the weight of 50's allegations. And once the internet decides your reputation is more interesting than your talent, the decline becomes instant and unstoppable. Relationships in the industry also got affected. Some rappers distanced themselves quietly, afraid to get caught in the crossfire. A few collaborators suddenly went ghost. Podcasts that usually hyped Joe's name stopped mentioning him. Even DJs who normally promoted him slowed down on support. No one wanted to stand next to a man trending for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's allies came out of hiding to praise him, joke with him, and amplify his shade. It felt like the rap world was choosing sides, and the scoreboard did not look good for Fat Joe. But the most shocking part came from fans themselves. People who had admired Fat Joe for decades began questioning his legacy. They said things like, "How did 50 expose him so fast? And was Joe hiding something this whole time?" 50 Cent's vague allegations had cracked open a door Joe couldn't close. Once doubt enters a celebrity's image, it spreads like smoke. People forget the truth. They remember the suspicion. And the suspicion around Joe grew bigger than the man himself. His entire persona, confidence, loyalty, storytelling suddenly looked like a mask. Meanwhile, blogs and drama channels kept milking the story like it was premium content. They created timelines, theories, breakdowns, and exposed us without having a single fact. Some YouTubers made hour-long videos piecing together random clips like they were assembling a conspiracy puzzle. TikTok creators exaggerated everything with dramatic music, fake receipts, and intense narrations. And the more content they produced, the more the scandal grew legs, arms, and wings. It became impossible to escape. Even people who hadn't listened to a Fat Joe's song since 2004 were suddenly invested. The drama went international. The final blow arrived when 50 Cent posted one more meme, just one. It was a picture of a ticking time bomb with Fat Joe's face edited on it. No caption, nothing else. And that was enough to send the internet into a frenzy. They said, 50 got more on him. This is a warning. Joe better say something now. And part 2 is coming. The meme became a prophecy, a threat, a cliffhanger, and every fan, every blogger, every podcaster sat up straight, waiting to see if 50 would drop more bombs. Even Fat Joe looked like he was waiting. In the end, the scandal didn't confirm anything. It didn't expose a real crime. It didn't reveal hidden secrets. It revealed something bigger: the power 50 Cent has to reshape an entire narrative with nothing but a handful of words and a few memes. Fat Joe wasn't proven guilty of anything, but he was proven vulnerable. And in the world of hip-hop drama, vulnerability is the biggest scandal of all. If you made it all the way through this digital demolition derby, 50 Cent throwing bombs like he's on a mission from the petty gods, Fat Joe dodging allegations like they're flying bricks, and the entire internet playing detective despite having zero qualifications, congratulations. You officially have more stamina than every PR team involved. Because what we just witnessed wasn't a rap beef. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It wasn't even tea. This was a full-blown cultural earthquake, triggered by the one man who has never lost a feud in the history of social media warfare: Curtis press post and end careers. Jackson.so before 50 reloads and drops another meme that breaks the internet, or before Fat Joe attempts another cryptic motivational speech that only makes things worse. Make sure you smash that like button like it owes you reparations. Hit subscribe with the intensity of 50 dragging an enemy for the 7th time this week. And turn on notifications like your life depends on it. Because here at Truth Tattle, the drama doesn't walk in peacefully. It busts through the window, flips over the furniture, steals your snacks, and leaves receipts on the table. Drop a comment below with your theory. Did 50 Cent expose something real? Is Fat Joe hiding something the streets didn't know? Or is this just 50 doing what 50 does best, causing chaos for sport and making the internet proud? I want your wildest conspiracy theories, hottest takes, and messiest predictions. Don't hold back. This comment section is where legends are born, because this is Truth Tattle, where we don't just report the drama. We dissect it, exaggerate it, roast it, and turn it into a cinematic experience. Stay tuned, stay loud, stay messy, because the next explosion is already counting down.